Today is National Gun Violence Awareness Day, and it marks the start of Wear Orange Weekend. Events will be held across the city of Buffalo tomorrow for advocates to bring awareness to gun violence. A panel discussion will also be held at Evergreen Commons from 10 until 2, while a family-friendly gardening event is going to happen at the same time at Frida's Garden on Orange Street. And landmarks across Buffalo are going to be lit up in the color orange. It's all to work toward ending gun violence in our communities and among our young people. And so, as you see right now, joining us in studio is the Commissioner of the Buffalo Police Department. Thank you so much for coming on the 5:30. Let's talk about gun violence when it comes to the city of Buffalo. Is it up or down compared to previous years?
When you look at the 3- and 5-year average, we're down significantly. This year, our shooting victims were up by a couple of shooting victims. So we're basically on par where we were last year. Our overall shooting incidents are still down compared to last year, which was basically a record year down for us.
You know, the State Health Department considers gun violence a public health crisis. Do you agree with that sentiment?
Yeah, I do. It's, you know, when you look at gun violence, shooting victims, the illegal use of handguns across the nation, it's clearly is a problem.
What can be done to cure it?
You know, there's a lot of things. Police departments across the country are doing a lot of things. Ironically, I just came back from a conference with the FBI where I sat on a panel discussion on this very topic, on gun violence, with some other of my peers who've dealt with mass shootings, active shooters, things of that nature. And, you know, it's the conversations nationally that we have on a regular basis.
I know that in the past you've talked a lot about ghost guns. For those who don't know, what are ghost guns and why are they getting in the hands of people who are really creating havoc on the streets of Buffalo?
You know, their actual name is referred to as privately made firearms. There's one company in particular that was far and away the largest provider of them. You can buy the lower portion, the hand grip portion and the trigger, if you will, and anybody can buy that. It's less than 80% of a gun, which means there's no background checks. You know, nothing that prevents anybody or prohibits somebody from purchasing that. They can then buy the slide for the top of the gun, which again is less than 80% of the gun, right. Put it together, and then they sell it for a substantial profit. Fortunately, we've seen the recovery of those privately made firearms going down the last couple of years, so that tells me there's less of them in circulation, but there's still too many out there.
And you've seen the ghost guns being used in a lot of the crimes here in Buffalo?
You know, you can't really say that when we get to a scene of a shooting and we recover shell casings. We just know that when we actually recover them, they fire the same ammunition, so we can link through NIBIN the shell casing marks from one gun to the next, but when we actually recover that gun, then we know the trail of where that gun has been used.
So what's being done, because we have been talking about this for the past couple of years, what's being done from your end or higher up than you to try and eliminate them? In
the city of Buffalo for the last few years now, since I started as commissioner, we started our micro-violent hotspot violent crime reduction plan. Kind of a long title for a very basic, simple process, using a lot of data, active data, getting our officers into grids, putting them out and really engaging with the community. We're there for a presence. It's about being present, visible, and engaged. But on the other hand, we're also out there using that same intelligence. We're getting our detectives out there and our SWAT teams, and we're knocking on some doors, meaning we're doing search warrant executions, and we're taking a lot of guns off the street and getting a lot of bad guys. So there has to be accountability in the courts for those that are possessing the guns illegally and those that are the shooters. We have to have strict accountability in the court system.
Tomorrow, all about wearing orange. I'm sure you'll be wearing orange along with your white, possibly. But what message does this send to the community?
You know, your police are out there to work with you. We want a great relationship with our community. We work very hard at engagement. We want people to trust in their police department, notify us when something is going on, be active in your community, take over your neighborhoods, take the space away from those that want to do harm. We know that in those neighborhoods, those micro hotspots, those little areas in a neighborhood, maybe 1% or 0.5% of the people in there are doing harm. Take over your neighborhoods through block clubs and other organizations and work with the police department.
We thank you so much for coming on to talk about this topic. This is Commissioner Joe Gramaglia of the Buffalo Police Department.